Well, hello there my fellow bystanders, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new Fallout 76 video. So, in this video I will be showing you some of my own favorite foods in Fallout 76 that have very good effects when consumed. So before we start, make sure that you start the notification on to never miss a video from now on. And without further ado, let us start this video. So, just a disclaimer, I'm not going to include any fancy food that, require like 10 parts of scorched beef or stuff like that, just because I want this video to be viable to everyone. So I'm mostly going to focus on easier food. So, for the first food, I usually have a surplus of the Mothman egg omelet in my inventory, just because of how good this is. Whenever you consume it, it gives you +2 charisma, which whenever you're trying to sell something, if you consume a Mothman egg omelet plus a grape mentats, they will give you +7 charisma in total, which will increase your selling price and buying price by a lot, so you will end up saving a lot of caps. I usually have a couple of these in my inventory for whenever I'm trying to sell something. It's really good to have. Now keep in mind, sweet roll gives you +3 charisma. However, you will need spices and sugar bombs, which spices are just extremely hard to find. Sugar bombs, you kind of get them from here and there, but spices just are not really easy to find. I usually have difficulty finding them. If you have a surplus of spices and sugar bombs, definitely go for sweet roll. Well, as we were talking about the Mothman egg omelet, you can find Mothman eggs in your Point Pleasant, kind of the middle of that place. As you can see here, there's a decent batch of Mothman eggs which you could pick up and then craft these with it. But if you're gonna craft sweet rolls for spices and sugar bombs, I recommend checking the Blackwater mines. In the exterior of it, in kind of like the cooking section, there's a high chance of sugar bombs and spices to spawn there. Sadly, I usually only get sugar bombs there. I've seen spices spawn there a couple of times, but overall spices are just kind of hard to find. Next, I recommend the Cranberry Relish, as this will give you a +10 XP bonus. So if you're trying to farm XP, you could eat a Cranberry Relish plus sleeping in a bed and consuming some mentats for increasing your bonus XP, maybe a bubblehead if you want. But the Cranberry Relish itself is not really hard to craft, as the materials required for it are kind of easy to farm. For boiled water, well, you can get it from everywhere. From cranberries, you could hit this place. Although I'm gonna warn you, it's kind of a big place, so you have to look around to find cranberries in it, but you could get a decent bit. For guard, you could try this place. There's almost all sorts of plant here. There's rice grains, corn, potatoes, and a decent bit of like everything. You could also get boiled water there. I mean dirty water, then you could cook it to boiled water. But this is a neat little place. And for sugar, you're gonna need snaptail reed, which whenever you fast travel here, you could farm these snaptail reeds along the river to the west of this place, and there's actually a decent bit of it here. Whenever you run there, you could get around 40 up to 50 of these snaptail reeds from this place, so sugar is no problem. You could easily obtain it. However, if you're too lazy to go and look for all of these, you could try the cranberry cover, as it will give you a +5 bonus XP and it only requires cranberries. So if you're a lazy one, go for this one, but if you really want to farm some XP, go for Cranberry Relish. Next, I highly recommend Brain Bombs, as this will increase your intelligence by 3 without any effects. I believe that if you're on a team and you have the right set of perks, you could increase the intelligence all the way up to 7 or 8. But I'm a solo player, I'm usually solo, so I'm not going to count on ifs and buts. This is what it's going to give you without any perks. +3 intelligence. Now why is this good? Because whenever you consume this, plus some meds that will increase your intelligence. Whenever you're trying to get a certain mod by scrapping a weapon over and over again, a higher intelligence means that you'll have a higher chance of obtaining that certain mod by scrapping that weapon over and over. So by consuming brain bombs and mentats or any med that will increase your intelligence, you will basically have a much higher chance of getting that certain mod or any mods. So that's why I usually use brain bombs, because if you've checked my previous video, I make a lot of weapon guides, and for obtaining their mods, I usually use brain bombs before scrapping them in order to obtain their mods. So next, I kind of like grilled rat stack. I usually cook a few of these and keep one in my inventory every day just because, you know, I'm out and about and I get over encumbered and I don't have any scrap kits and I really need anything I have on me. So I use a buff out and probably a grilled rat stack. This increases your carry weight by 20, and rat stacks are pretty damn quick to find. You could just look around the forest area and you're almost guaranteed to find a couple of rat stacks just roaming around. But I sometimes go for rat toads even though they give you plus 10 carry weight. Rat toads are actually really good for killing because their parts, their eggs and their meat sells for a lot. So they're kind of a caps making method if you really want to go that way. I sometimes do it, but not always. You could fight rat toads randomly in the Maya region. They don't really have a guaranteed spawn. They have a few guaranteed spawns, but I usually just roam around the Maya and I always find a few of these and a bunch of anglers. So yeah guys, that'll be it for this video. If you have any questions left, feel free to ask in the comment section or join my Discord server, link in the description. I'm usually online there. And I will catch you on our next video. Take care.